Hey everybody, Seth here with Everyman Prepping. How's everybody doing on this Friday, 3 days before Christmas? I know it's stressful, got a lot of stuff going on. There's parties, there's families, there's visits, there's travel, gifts, all that stuff. So, quick video today, gonna hit some highlights on X, some of the things I bookmark, talk about what's going on. If I don't, this might be the only video before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody out there and what you're doing. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Merry to whatever you do celebrate. Just take this time during this time of the year, enjoy your friends, family, kids, all that great stuff. And as we get into this, you'll see that it feels like a calm before the storm. I don't know if you get that feeling or not, but it's a little lull in activity in the Middle East, in the Red Sea, North Korea, China. I know it's because we're on a very short news cycle, but it feels like a little bit of lull. Let me know yourself down in the comments below what you think. Are you feeling that as well? And let me know. Also, please like, share, comment on the video. As always, we're having great comments and great conversations there. Join us there and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We'd love to have you here. But let's begin here. So we're just start talking. We're going to go through all the little bookmarks I made recently. Here we have Nancy Pelosi. Let me just get this here. All right, so, and she's great at investing. The senators, Congress people, they can do all the insider trading they want, and it's legal. And so there's this Nancy Pelosi stock tracker, and they track her trades because she's pretty good and almost never loses. And what did she just do? She bought $5 million of shorts on Nvidia at a price of $120 with an expiration of this time next year. It's her largest purchase in 3 years. And so what does that mean? Well, she's shorting the stock, so she thinks it's going to crash. Today, when I did this video, Nvidia is about $490 a share. She bought it at 120, so she thinks it's going to crash to 120 or below. That's a 75% haircut. That's a crash of 75%. So she's predicting a giant crash in Nvidia. What does Nvidia do? They make graphic cards for gaming, computing, also for Bitcoin miners. They make the chips for that. A lot of their stuff comes out of Taiwan. So she's saying there's going to be something happen with Taiwan where the chips are cut off and Nvidia is going to crash. I don't know. She's pretty good, and she's predicting a 75% crash in just Nvidia, which means most high tech will die. So just FYI, if you're out there in the stock world buying stuff or want to know, she thinks it's a very hard landing coming. I know they keep talking about soft landing, but a $5 million bet on a 75% crash, that's what Nancy's doing. Moving on from there, what do we have here? We have someone wrote in that says they're flying from Laredo to Dallas-Fort Worth, and they're seeing mostly migrants in there. Let's see if I can get this video to play again here. There we go. We don't need the sound, though. And they said, when they come, it's mostly migrants. They talk to American Airlines, and the rep told them that mostly it's illegal immigrants flying out on the airport, more of them than Americans. You've seen the videos of the 12,000, the 14,000 people coming through El Paso or that area of Texas. Arizona's getting flooded. Like I said, mostly military-age men, not too many families, not too many women. Plan accordingly, because something is not correct there. This is kind of gets into what I was talking about, a lull, but they said, this here says that the conflict escalates in northern Israel. I haven't seen a lot today coming out that says it has. This is 2 hours ago. Hezbollah launched attacks on the Dovev farms along the Lebanese-Israel border, citing the support for Palestinians in retaliation against recent Israeli actions. Israel did bomb pretty far into Lebanon, like 60 kilometers, I believe, yesterday. That's pretty deep, so they are still fine. The low feeling I get is in general overall. Like I said, right below if you got the same feeling. Moving on from there. This person says recession, meaning, look at all the Starbucks. I believe this is probably Starbucks. There's the mermaid person right here. But, this is basically a show of, if you ask me, gluttony, overindulgence. That's what Americans do. Do they have the money to afford all this? This guy's saying, this person, whoever it is, recession? What recession? Look at all the stuff they're buying. Well, I'm guessing 99% of that is on debt. It's debt buying. It's not cash buying. Americans don't know how to stop. They love consumerism. It's part of that fall of Rome. Overspending, overindulgence. And speaking of the overindulgence, I'm going to talk about this next thing. I'm just going to put it up because YouTube won't, if I talk about it, they're not going to, let this video go anywhere. But as you can see, we had a second happening of a certain video recording going on in the Capitol building. Part of my fall of Rome, debauchery, no morals, that stuff. I don't feel a lull or a calm before the storm. This is picking up. It's getting worse and worse. And as you can see on the screen there, We're in need of a reset of some sort to fix the moral problems, moral compass within this country and a lot of the West. So that stuff's going on. Let's continue on here. The Supreme Court basically said that they will not issue an expedited ruling on the Trump immunity case. What does that mean? Well, that just means that the special prosecutor can't go to court in 2024 before the election to totally derail Trump if he's the nominee, which he most likely will be. So this means there'll be most likely no court hearings, no charges gone through in Washington, D.C. before the election. That's not going to sit well. Look for, the powers that be to protest, riot, get on the Supreme Court, do whatever they can to make something change. But victory for Trump, the powers that be at hand are not going to be happy with this. So expect civil unrest to happen, when it gets into 2024. Right? Just expect a lot of stuff to happen in 2024. And this is going to be a big issue coming up with that. Pacific storms. In California, a lot of flooding. I just put this out there for anybody in California on the West Coast. I believe you have another storm coming in a couple days. You're probably drying out now, but make sure you've prepared for this. I have a video earlier I did on preparing for a flood and a major hurricane. If I can find it, I'll put a link up there so you can see it. You got your sandbags. You're taking your stuff off the ground. All that stuff. If you got big storms coming, which this is what happens in California this time of year, prepare for flooding. So word out to everybody on that West Coast. Make sure you're ready. Do preps during this holiday time. Take time off. Make sure your house and everything is ready for large rains coming. And then what do we have here? I think these are the last two things. The White House alleges that Iran was deeply involved in planning operations against commercial vessels in the Red Sea. They really want Iran to be implicated. They really need Iran as the bad guy. It's not the Houthis, just them, or the Hezbollah. It's going to be Iran, because deep down, I think they want to go to war with Iran. They need to go to Iran. They need an excuse, so they're putting this narrative out there. Could they be behind it? Sure, they could be, but they're really pushing it, and they're pushing it hard. And then finally, we have, I believe it's the last one, North Korea's media saying that the United States and the South Korea upcoming drills, and they're calling them the nuclear drills, they're going to be practicing with the subs and planes, nuclear capable, military equipment. This will be considered a declaration of war. North Korea comes out and says this a lot when there's everything, but they just did that nice solid fuel rocket nuclear ballistic missile test. One day, they're not just going to be rhetoric. They're actually going to push the button, and I think, send off something our way. So just something to keep aware of, that they're throwing around more words. One day, I believe it will happen. And I do have one more. Two more, actually. Let's do these last two. Then I'll let you guys go. I know we're going on about 8 or 9 minutes here. 36 million customers affected in massive consumer data breach from Comcast. So if you have a Comcast, if you're a member of them or use their services, you might want to see if your data was stolen. Check on that. And then back with the debt, the overindulgence, the consumerism that we talked about, the people buying the Starbucks and the other thing. Well, we got self-checkout stands at Walmart, 4,500 of them, now offer buy now, pay later. Loans for your basic items. So if Walmart's down there where everybody, shops. Everybody, they always say that, the poor people, the lower to middle class. Well, now you got upper middle class, even upper class shopping at Walmart. And if we can't afford Walmart because you need a loan, this is a huge sign that, Nancy Pelosi is probably right, and that's why she put the short out on Nvidia. But now you can buy stuff on loan. I don't know if Walmart realizes that when they do this, most of these people will not be paying that back come next year. They'll probably take advantage of it right now, buy a bunch of stuff. Will they make the money back? I don't know. It'll probably hit their bottom line, and then you'll see Walmart crash. So that's all I have. That's my roundup for today as we go through. If you have any comments, list them down below. Hopefully you got something out of this. Also, last video I talked about Pack Fresh USA for the Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. We changed the coupon code. It's just EMP now, not EMP5. So if you need oxygen absorbers, you need bags, you can go to packfreshusa.com, use the code EMP, get 10% off, buy some stocking stuffers, gifts if you need to at the last minute, whatever. But I just want to let you know that code has changed, and we dropped the 5, and it's just EMP. So that's all I have, and until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.